guys. So, we gotta talk about some shit that just went down with some changes with YouTube, which thankfully my channel is not hit, but a lot of you smaller channels definitely are. And I hate to be the bringer of bad news if you somehow haven't heard about it already, even though everyone and their grandmother has been posting about it for the past 24 hours, pretty much non-stop. I don't think I've had too many channels I follow that haven't made a video about it yet, so I feel like I wanted to yesterday, but I had already made one ranty vlog for the day and felt like it'd be too much to do two in the same day. So, thanks to the shitty actions of Logan Paul, if you have not heard what he did, go Google it. Go Google it. Thanks to him, now Adpocalypse 3.0 has hit us, and because advertisers have been scared away yet again, YouTube continues to punish the rest of us for the actions of a few. In this case, they have now revamped, in addition to all the ad revenue going down the shitter ever since it happened, they have now made changes to who is eligible for monetization. Originally, okay, yes, at one point in time you had to be invited to be a YouTube partner. That was many moons ago. Then they changed it and opened it to where most people with very, very few criteria could apply for it and get it. Then, I think it was last year, I want to say, they moved the bar up a little bit to you had to have 10,000 channel views in your history, which ultimately is not that many. It sounds like a lot, it's not that many, to be partnered. Now they've changed it again to try to weed out bad actors, as they put it. You now have to have at least 1,000 subscribers and at least, what was it? I think they said, don't quote me on it in case I'm wrong. Feel free to Google news articles about it in case I'm screwing this part of it up. But you also have to have, I think they said 4,000, either 4,000 or 40,000 hours of view time in the past 12 months on your channel, which, again, sounds like a lot, but if you're uploading constantly, that honestly isn't that much to hit. But the subscribers thing, though, are you kidding me? I'm about to hit my 12-year anniversary on this site next month. Do you know how long it took me to hit 1,000 subscribers? I only just hit it like 2 or 3 years ago. That first 1,000 is hard to hit unless you are incredibly lucky or you're in a niche where you hit while the iron's hot and you just blow up quick. Most people aren't so lucky. Not gonna lie. It takes forever to hit that first 1,000, so once you're there, apparently you can monetize now, but here's the shittier thing. For people who previously had ad revenue on their channels but don't hit the new criteria, they're pulling it away. Yeah, they didn't even grandfather them in, so it's like, are you kidding me? There's no appeals process or anything to prove that they've done nothing wrong in all of this. And they have like some bullcrap numbers thing where it's like, oh, well, like 99% of the people who fell below that threshold were making like less than $2 a month anyway, which is bullshit. Absolute lies. Don't buy into it. I know for a fact that's not true. Like, are you kidding me right now? And the first person I thought of is one of my favorite people on this site who I'm very good friends with, my friend Carrie, who I mention all the time on here. You can find her over at Persevering Star. She's got about 770 subscribers right now. She works her ass off on her channel. She's in a very similar boat as I'm in, where she can't work a traditional job. Pretty much what she gets is what she makes on YouTube. So to have that ripped away is pretty much ripping away her livelihood. And I just think that's all sorts wrong. So if you guys like my channel, please, if you're not already, please go subscribe to her. I'm begging you. Try to help her get to 1,000 before they remove the monetization. I forget if they said it was the 20th of this month or of next month when they're ripping it away, but it's not a very long period of time to get from 770 to 1,000, but I feel like, you know, it's possible if all of us promo her channel, we could get her there. But even aside from that, just in general, why? Why this? Why punish everybody? And every single time there's been an adpocalypse, they have overreacted and taken it out on everyone who is following all the guidelines and doing everything right. Yet we get punished for the actions of, like, a very, very, very small fraction of a number of people on here, which just strikes me as so many levels wrong. And I can guarantee you right here now, it's not going to stop here. All it'll take is another big scandal, and they'll just raise that bar again. What's going to be next time? 5,000 subscriber minimum? 10,000? 25,000? 50,000? 100,000? What's it going to be? It could be anything. I realize my anxiety is causing me to project right now, and I've been working hard on trying to not do that as much lately. But in this situation, you know what? I think it's merited, and I don't think I'm completely beyond ridiculous. And seeing how this has unfolded so far, I don't think it's ridiculous to figure that that is exactly what's going to happen. And in the next cut, my channel's probably going to be hit next, because I'm honestly not that far above the threshold. I don't quite have 3,000 subs myself. So if the next bar is 5,000, yeah, I'm screwed too. So it upsets me on a lot of different levels. It should upset you too, because as YouTube has shown time and time again, they don't give a crap about us smaller creators. They only give a crap about maybe the top 5% of creators who earn them all the big bucks. The rest of us, we could go fuck off in a hole. They really don't care. They honestly don't care. And it should upset you. And the worst part is, I feel like there's nothing we can really do about it other than raise our voices about it, although whether or not it'll do any good, who knows? But I figure it's at least worth a shot trying, because I honestly don't know what else we can do in this situation other than complain, and complain loudly and hope that our voices are heard, and maybe they take it into consideration and either maybe roll back that number or do away with it. Or maybe not repeat this in the future, you know? The worst part is there's really no alternative to YouTube. They know they have us by the balls. They know it. They know there is no good alternative. Every site that is started to try to become a competitor, no one can afford the sort of bandwidth and storage space necessary to create a competitor to YouTube. VidMe tried, they failed, they just shut down a month or two ago. I was trying to set up shop there in case things went to hell in a handbasket with YouTube, but yeah, there's really no good alternative, and there probably won't be in the foreseeable future, because where YouTube's concerned, they themselves really don't turn much of a profit if you actually look at their fiscal numbers. So, just saying, if even Google can barely afford to keep it afloat, there's no chance at there being a good alternative. Sorry, I burped, but just, they know that they have us by the balls, and it's totally like an abusive parent situation. And maybe it's why I have that whole hesitation to leave things, since I've grown up in a household like that. So it just, where it's very much like, sit down, shut up, and take it, because you know you have no other alternative. But it just sucks. It sucks that knowing they care so little about the people who literally make their site what it is, the people who literally earn them their money, if we didn't give them the content to put the ads on, where would they be? I mean, not just us small creators. I mean, collectively, as a whole, all of YouTube. If they didn't have us, they'd be nowhere. They wouldn't have a site. And yet, there is very little you in YouTube anymore, and it really sucks. But it sucks more that it's not like we can jump ship and go elsewhere, so it's all very easy for bigger creators to be like, oh, well, if you're just doing it for the money, you're doing it for all the wrong reasons, and da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, you know what? Shut the hell up. A lot of us kind of have no alternatives, so it may not bring us a lot, but anything is better than zero. Like I said, it upsets me on so damn many levels. I was infuriated when I saw this article first pop up yesterday. I actually was rage crying over it, even though it doesn't even affect my channel, but just in general, knowing how many of my friends it's going to affect and is affecting. It really upsets the hell out of me, and I feel helpless knowing that there's nothing we can do about it. So, I mean, unless somebody has a better answer here, I mean, yeah, I know, some of you are going, well, you should have been making the content for free anyway. Yeah, I did that for plenty of years, thank you. I only got monetization myself a few years ago, shortly before I hit 1,000, so it was the same year. So yeah, for many years I did do it absolutely for free, not thinking of money at all. But you know what? Once you've been given that, it's demoralizing to have it ripped away. And even though I haven't personally had it happen yet, I could see how very easily and how it could happen overnight in a second, just like that, with no warning. It could all be yanked out from under you. And this is where I feel like the only thing I can offer you guys is just to try to look around online at other options, not necessarily for YouTube purposes, but for just diversifying income sources. Don't put your eggs all in one basket, because when shit like this goes down, you're hosed if you only have the one. This is why, yeah, if one thing's doing really well, I could focus all my efforts onto that, but I don't. I focus on my 3 that I've got, and it's still obviously not really enough. I'd like to have more diversified, but it's one of those things where you have to cover your own ass. If you don't, things like this can and do happen, and you're gonna be left on the sidelines with nothing if you don't have safety nets. It pretty much really depends on your position for what those safety nets might be. There is loads of options out there, but it's at least something to hold you over until you can hit that milestone of 1,000, or if they up it later, that have something going that will hold you over till you get it back again and prove yourself worthy to them. It's going to be even more demoralizing if they keep moving the bar up and up and up, and people keep getting repeatedly demonetized over and over and over again, which I would not be half surprised if they end up doing. I'm gonna be frank with you. But this is why it's so important. It's also why it's important, if you have a dedicated fan base, to have something set up like Patreon, if you have a PayPal donation, like anything. This is why those are important, for exactly this reason. Some people make more that way than they do from YouTube. I'm not that person, but I know people who do. There's things like, if you can build a following on Twitch, there's Twitch streaming you can do. I have not personally done that one just yet, because I don't think I have enough internet bandwidth at home to really make it work, but if I can get a faster internet speed and afford to foot the bill myself, yeah, probably gonna do that. But there's so many things online you can do to bring in money apart from just YouTube. So don't feel totally hopeless while you're waiting to hit the milestones needed to get there, because there are other things you can do. But believe me that I understand the frustration and anger and confusion, just all these emotions that go along with it, because there is no reason for this. There is absolutely no reason they should be taking it out on everyone like this. None. And yet it doesn't seem like it's going to stop. The worst part, before all the ad revenue tanked even for me, I had finally just gotten back to where I was before Adpocalypse 1.0 last month. And then the Logan Paul thing happened, and it tanked like a rock again. I was like, are you shitting me right now? I shouldn't even be surprised anymore. I really shouldn't. I should not even be surprised anymore, but yeah, when it drops to less than a quarter of what you were earning at that point, literally overnight, that hurts. It hurts, but what can I say? That's YouTube for you. It's incredibly volatile. It's not quite as volatile as Bitcoin, but I mean, it's pretty volatile. And you cannot depend on it. That is the bottom line. I realize that we should all feel blessed to even have the opportunity to earn even 1 red cent off of this website, but still, it hurts to know that they make all this money off of us, but they really don't give a crap about us. But anyway. So those are my feelings on this. Hopefully I haven't wrecked anyone's day if it affects you and you haven't heard yet, but you need to know what's happening. You need to know what's going on. And even if you are above the threshold, but you're like me and not that far above it, you definitely need to start working on safeguarding yourself now in case they do raise the bar again. So, anyway. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're not already like to be, click subscribe. Also, subscribe to Carrie's channel over at Persevering Star. Please, please do if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. If you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, donation link is in the description. Make sure you're following my social media accounts. They're also linked down below. I realize I did this out of my usual order. Now it sounds awkward signing off, but anyways, I'll be back later. Bye.